Hello, it's Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. This time we've got another episode of Decent Defeats, and this time it's featuring the tier 10 mercenary derp light tank, the Tusk. Now this tank is available on contract at the moment, so you can earn this tank, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to get a replay in the tank and also another opportunity for a Decent Defeats episode. So the first replay we got here is on Westfield, which is obviously a fantastic map for a light tank, and we've got a decent spawn as well. So what I'm going to do is spot the cross at the start and see if we can pick up any assistance damage. I'm going to refrain from actually shooting right now because I don't want to just run the risk of getting detected when I fire, even though I could probably land a shot into that leopard and potentially derp him for a lot of hit points. But you can see as I'm getting the assistance coming in, and because I'm getting the assistance coming in, I see no reason to fire and risk getting detected, because if it was a case that none of my friendly team was shooting any of these tanks, then I might as well fire and get some shots, because if I can then run away if I do get detected. But whilst they are firing at these tanks, I'm not going to run the risk of getting spotted, because my friendly team obviously have good shots, and we've already picked up 3,000 assistance on that initial cross there. So we've had a good result from the start of the game. And now I think a lot of the tanks have crossed, but looking at where our friendly artillery pieces are, they are having shots at these tanks. So if I keep these detected, the artillery is just going to keep firing them, and that's what I'm going to do right now. And straight away I've picked up 4,000 assistance now, gone straight up to sort of 4,500 assistance. Great start, and that leopard PTA gets taken out, which is very nice, because leopard PTA on a map like Westfield can be a very dangerous tank indeed. Now we've got this enemy Tusk light tank, which is a tank I would like to take out, and I could not resist the opportunity to take out that tank, and we derp him, picking up 800 damage and picking up our first kill of the game, and more importantly taking out the only other enemy light tank in the game, which is very, very handy for us. We then get detected by the chisel, which is sort of over poking on the hill, hoping to pick up some more assistance from our tanks, which could potentially crossfire into him. But a lot of our tanks are on this ridge sort of with us, so this is not ideal for me, because I kind of want the tanks on the left to get taken out, because if the tanks on my left get taken out on the ridge to left, it'd give me a lot more freedom to go up and underneath the ridge, and then try and keep everything detected. We do spot this waffle with 100, and we go all the way up to 7,500 assistance damage for spotting that waffle, and we are running to make sure that waffle doesn't take us out. That chisel's doing a good job of sort of keeping me, preventing me from going under the hill. But more importantly, these tanks on the left, if those tanks on the left died, then I could go underneath the ridge and I can make that chisel so he's permanently spotted, and if he wanted to fight me, he'd have to come down off the ridge into the enemy guns. But because the tanks on the left hand side are not dead, that is causing me all sorts of problems. So far we're having a great game. We're on 8,000 assistance already, with 800 damage, and we are actually winning this game at the moment. But as I say, I'm keeping this chisel here detected, but there isn't anyone to shoot at him, because there's just no one who's actually managing to get any shots. And the team are now trying to push through to our base, so I'm going to have to just abandon this position, because the tank on the right hand side of the hill down the sort of zero line get taken out. I can't really use that anymore. The position's kind of outlived itself for me, and I'm going to try and pull back and see if we can get any shots of the tanks crossing the base, see if we can get any more assistance damage and get this closer to 10k assistance, which would be a really nice decent game in a light tank. So we poke up here, losing our 10 degrees of gun depression this tank does have. We're going to take a shot here, just drew a little splash into that enemy heavy tank, and we managed to put us up to about 1,000 damage now, picking up a tiny bit more assistance. I'm going to reverse my tank round so that it's easier for me to get down that hill, because I don't want to get detected and get caught out. I need to be able to escape very, very quickly, and we're just poking up on this ridge, so just to create a bit of vision for our friendly team. The problem we've got is if we lose the opposite side, then I'm going to become a little bit stuck, because in a tank like the Tusk, it's a bit of a meme, isn't it, really? You're just derping people. You can have a lot of fun, but it can be hard to sort of carry games when you don't have like the DPM to do so. I can't just keep getting the damage in, which is what I really need to do, and I can't get the damage in quick enough. We're going to try and splash that Chisel's turret while we had the opportunity to. I can't really push either side by myself, and this game's starting to slip away from us. At one point we was winning, now we are losing, and it's mainly because we don't really have control. We haven't won either side. Our friendly Emil is starting to push up onto this heavy tank. I want to try and help him if I can. I'm kind of nervous for our friendly heavyweight. He might get caught out and start getting cross shots into him. So I'm just trying to do all I can to get shots into any of these tanks. But like I said, I don't have the best DPM. I'm in a derp tank, you know, naturally. So if I could just fall... You always have the opportunity for that mean, funny shot when you just hit someone and then pen them and high roll for 1,000. You've got 910 alpha on your premium AP rounds, which is what I'm using, with 95 penetration. So there's quite a few tanks you can actually pen with the 95 pen if you get the rear of the tank, etc. There's also a lot of tanks you can't pen, like you get behind the E100, you probably won't even pen it with the HE. Or an IS-7, etc. So the best thing you can do is sort of splash the tracks maybe and keep them in position. And it's still a very, very close game. I've got this heavy tank on the right hand side. I'm thinking about going in on this tank, but like I said, I'm not going to be able to kill him in one shot. But now the artillery has shot him, I will be able to kill this tank in one shot. Unfortunately for me, he does manage to take out one of our friendly heavy tanks, but we then destroy that tank, picking up our third kill and just sort of clearing up a little bit of the position. There was an enemy Chinese heavy tank around here somewhere, which we've kind of lost, and I'm not too sure where he is, but I don't think we can do too far away. This enemy object from 40 now comes in. I can pen that tank if I can get behind it. I can land a full pen. We're just trying to just get a bit more intel of what else is here right now. But now this object 40 is going in on our one-shot Emil. I'm going to try and help him out. So if he does take out the Emil, then at least I've got some punishment on. And he potentially may show the rear of his tank here, which he doesn't, and I wasn't able to pen, but I do splash him for 400. And now I'm getting pushed. This is the Chinese heavy tank I was trying to find earlier, who is now pushing me. And I've got to run because, you know, in a straight fight in a tank like this in the dirt, you're just going to lose. Like they will kill me so quickly with their DPM, and I've got to try and fall back. This game's still in the balance, but we've lost the other side of the map now. And we are starting to really lose control of the map, which is really not good. We're going to get pushed back into our base. I'm doing all I can just to maintain vision. Our friendly artillery is still trying to shoot these tanks, so I am going to keep trying to spot as much as I can. Do everything I can do. This enemy heavy tank looks like he's just going to force over this ridge, and then I would die in 2 shots to him. So that's not ideal. We're going to try and trap him in place, but we derp and we missed that shot. And now I'm just running for our life, hoping that someone lands a shot into this QL, which is chasing us, and we can pick up some more assistance, and more importantly, just take out that enemy QL. We're up to close to 9,000 assistance now, so it is still possible that we could get the 10,000 assistance. We've got over 10,000 combined game, but I really want to just try and win this game. But now we're getting pushed back in this circle. It feels like to me that there's not going to be a lot we can really do right now. I'm going to try and splash this enemy QL. We do splash the QL, but I've got nowhere to really go. Like, we've lost all sides of the map, and I haven't really got anywhere I can run to right now. I'm just kind of pinned, and it's just survival mode, just trying to get as much in as I can. I will try and finish off the QL here. I should be able to do so, picking up our 4th kill of the game, leaving this into a 4 versus 7. But right now I'm kind of thinking, yeah, we're probably going to lose. But I'm just going to keep trying. We've got an enemy Avery coming round, which can easily one-shot us and will one-shot us. Hopefully I may be able to get a kill shot here on this enemy Chisel, which definitely would help us out. But I couldn't quite back up to get the shot because of our friendly fun police, which dead wreck there, which had prevented me from getting so. And now I'm left in the 1 versus 7, where I know I've definitely lost. Right, I've definitely lost. The best I can do right now is try and land a full pen on someone just for the memes. We've got this object 140. I don't want to fire, because the second I fire I'm going to get detected, and it's just like a risky shot. So unless I know I'm going to actually do some serious damage, I'm just kind of holding off or waiting for that one-shot Chisel to come, because then I can pick up another kill, maybe get a 5th kill out of this game. That's all I can do. I'm using a small mini-map right now on the right-hand side just because I want to know if the second that Avery comes behind me, which I'm fully expecting to happen at any moment right now. But like, what can I really do? Here comes the chisel. This is what I was waiting for, to try and get the kill shot on the chisel, but I fluffed the shot. Avery comes behind me, it takes me out, and brings us then to the first game of the Decent Defeat series. So we do, we have a good game, but in the end we just run out of places to go. We've got about 9,000 assistance, 2,000 damage and 4 kills. I feel like we did all we could, but you can't win them all. And the next replay is focused more around the damage. So let's move on to the final replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for the second replay on Hidden Village. There's no enemy artillery in this game, and it's just me and the other enemy light tank on the other team. Now, Hidden Village is not really the best map for a light tank, because it is quite small with very few areas. So I'm going to try and use this side of the map, which is what I prefer to do in the light tanks, so to see if we can get some early spots, and maybe sometimes you can get some cross shots, because I genuinely find the enemy team don't push over this side that aggressively that often. They may come with a few tanks, and sometimes you can get side shots into the tanks which try and play on the ridge like this light tank, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do, just look for those angles. Now at this point I didn't think many tanks are coming here, so I was going to try and push forward a little bit aggressively, and that was a huge mistake because I was not expecting all these tanks to suddenly be detected, and at this point, I'll be honest with you, I felt this game was over. Like, I couldn't see how I was possibly going to escape. I do have a Death Star covering us and a heavy tank, but I just can't see how I'm going to escape. I can't stay here because I'm going to get killed by this heavy tank. I have literally no choice but to run and just hope at this point. Hoping to try and pen the bar on the escape through the rear. Unfortunately, we don't pen the tank, and now I'm in full flight survival mode. Dodge weave, trying to use these buildings as cover and just escape. And somehow, with the slivering of hit points left, 546 hit points, I managed to escape that, which yeah, I lost a lot of hit points, but at least I'm still in the game. And now I'm just going to try and help my team this side, see if we can win this area, and just try and get some derps in where possible. We have a friendly Avery here with us. Try and get a derp into this enemy heavy tank. Unfortunately, I should have aimed a little bit lower, but I didn't want to take the time to get it to try and get shot. And the shot actually hit very true and went straight into the gun, so I just damaged the gun, which absorbed the impact of the HE shell. But it's okay because we made up for it by one shot in that enemy waffle there, and picking up 900 damage and our first kill with the derp of the Tusk, which is the fun part. We also we have a friendly Avery with us, which obviously has the super ridiculous derp gun with us. So between us, we probably can derp a few tanks and just get rid of some of their hit points. There's an AMX-50B here, which we can pen. We was trying to pen the engine deck there, which is definitely possible to pen with the 85 penetration. Unfortunately, we don't, but we do manage to splash him for 300. And fairly close game right now. I'm just trying to, at this point, win this side so I can sort of win one area. This AMX-50B is the target I'm trying to look to trying to pen. Hopefully, if this destructible cover gets shot, then I actually will have clear shots at this tank. The Avery does do the smart move and destroy the cover. Unfortunately, my shot on the rear of the AMX-50B just missed, but that's the nature of the derp shell. If that would have hit, there was a very good chance of me penning and maybe even setting them on fire. It doesn't, but we're just going to stay, at it. While this tank's still remaining there, we're just going to keep trying to get shots in. So we're waiting for an opportunity, and he pulls forward, and then we do manage to pen him for 800, putting us up to 2,400 damage, and still a very even game at 12 versus 11. I swapped to the small mini-map here, reason being is I want to know if that light tank is going to come behind me, because if he is going to come behind me, obviously I want to be able to turn and alert myself to try and derp him down. Missed the AMX-50B, going to just wait and see if we can try and finish him off, but there's no need because our friendly Avery just derps him for the remaining of his health, and that 50B had a horrid time losing his hit points to the derp tanks. But now we somewhat pushed the enemy team back and won this side. I'm going to try and go back to where I initially wanted to play, And this is because I just want to try and extend the vision and see if we can spot any of their tanks out, which we have managed to spot a enemy tank destroyer, enemy Sturm Tiger, I believe. Only going to be able to pen that if I get rear on, which I don't think I'm going to get that opportunity. We try and splash him, maybe to try and take off his tracks to keep him into position. We do get a little bit of sliving of hit points, but we get detected as we poke, so we need to pull back and be very careful and be mindful of the fact that we only have 500 hit points left, and pretty much all these tank destroyers could one-shot us, so we have to be careful of that. This Sturm Tiger looks like, I don't think he's going to be able to get out of the situation. He's in an awkward situation now, and you can see the game is very close. It's 9 versus 9 right now. It is fun when it's these close games, I must admit. Managed to kill this, well, this Sturm Tiger gets taken out. A Waffle gets spotted, our eyes light up. Now, I regret not aiming in there, because if I would aim for its turret piece and actually let the shell fully aim, I definitely could have full penned that tank. I didn't do that. The reason being is I fully expected that Waffle to get instantly deleted, and I felt like if I didn't let the trigger go, I probably wasn't going to get any damage. But as it turned out, I would have had time, but you never know those things. So we do pick up a little bit of damage. You've got about 2,800, 1,600 assistance. So we're having a decent game. There's still 7 tanks remaining. I'm going to go back to sort of our base area now, because I've got, you know, they've won that side, and my gut feeling is they're going to push forward, and I want to try and spot them as they come round to our cap circle, if that's what's going to happen. But there's a one-shot heavy tank which we're going to deal with first. We do pick up our second kill of the game, and we're just going to try and turn around so we can escape quickly. If we do get detected, we want to be able to escape. And this is what I was waiting for, these tank destroyers which are pushed around to the base. I make a mistake here. I go for the sort of the drive wheel, thinking I'll be able to track him and you know, well, which I do, but maybe kill him. If not, unfortunately, I don't roll high enough to kill him. Now, there is a tank destroyer here, and I've just seen him fire. And now, if he hasn't moved, he's going to get derped. We know exactly where he is. He may have moved, but thankfully for me, he doesn't. We splash him, we full pen him there, which puts us up to 3,800 damage. So we rolled really well on that blind fire there. Trying to finish off this Death Star, because he's on a smallest of hit points. Hopefully we can try and finish him off here, which we do. Picking up our third kill of the game, putting us under 4,000 damage. And it's 5 versus 5. Like I say, been close all the way through this game here. Enemy E100 here. I'm not going to be able to pen that E100 at all, to be honest with you, with HE. I'm not going to be able to really pen anywhere on the E100, but I can splash him. So, just to try and take away some of his hit points, I'd like to focus the Avery priority, really, because he is probably the more dangerous shot. I don't know why I don't shoot the Avery here, because I would have got more damage. I decided to go for the E100. I do damage a lot of his crew, stuff on his tank there, which is nice, but I don't pick up that much damage to him. But I'm just trying to get tanks out of the way here. So we're putting them on as low as possibly can to give our team the best possible chance of taking them out. I'm aware that there was a Waffle in our base who potentially could be advancing on us, so we've got to be careful of that. I want to try and splash him again, this E100, just to try and take away some of his damage while we hit points while we have the opportunity. But I do get detected from that, and I suspect I got spotted by that enemy Waffle, which I can't quite spot here. So I'm trying to get safety and then just have a little rethink. I think that Waffle is probably trying to push this way. I could have difficulty spotting the enemy Waffle because it has got fantastic concealment values. And right now I'm thinking, right, let's just try and help out our tanks on the other side quickly, see if we can get any shots in, and then we'll go back and deal with the Waffle. I wanted to see if I can get any shots into the tanks which my friendly tanks are fighting. There's an enemy Avery. Again, we're not going to be able to pen, but we probably can splash him. We do splash him for 400, and that leaves us, the problem I've got now, I've only actually got 4 shells left, and it's suddenly dawned on me that that's not enough to kill all these tanks by myself unless I pen all these shots, because 2 of my shots are the HE pen, and the other 2 shots are my heat shells, but you only have, I think, about 150, you have 152 penetration on the heat shells with 700 alpha. So even that E100, I might not even pen the rear. I mean, I definitely can, but yeah, frontally I've got no chance of penning them with 152 penetration. So yeah, I'm kind of wishing that I just had full HE now and didn't bother with those heat shells, but sometimes the heat can be helpful. I have changed it just to full HE now. Now this enemy waffle is coming. Now I can one-shot him, he can definitely one-shot me. I'm waiting to try and get the shot in. Now I try and aim his shot. What I should have done is shot his turret. I didn't fire his turret just in case it was going to derp too high. But that was a mistake because I could have one-shot that tank there. Unfortunately we didn't, and we didn't roll, we didn't penetrate him. Thankfully he missed his shot, so we're still alive. But I can't shoot his HE through all this wreck. It's just going to get absorbed in all that destructible cover. Then he's going to be able to kill us. But right now, I've got the E100 to my left, and I feel if we're going to win this game, this waffle needs to die. It needs to die quickly. I'm just going to take the gamble going in for him very, very quickly, and thankfully it works, and we're able to take him out. And that clears an escape path for us to gain a little bit more of the map control. So we're having a really good game. We've got 6,500 damage, 4 kills, but it's only me, I believe our friendly Avery, and looking on the map, I don't think he's going to last very long. He's fighting against 2 tanks. I want to try and get over to help him. But bear in mind, I only have the 2 heat shells left now. Now, I can pen the Avery with the heat shells if I get side on or rear on to him. E100, I'd have to be completely rear on. I'm not entirely sure what the other tank, medium tank, actually is right now. I'm just trying to hopefully catch these out, so I'm going to be shooting the rear of the tanks. So this is the enemy E100. I'm going to go for the pen here. Now, that was a mistake. I wasted that shot. I mean, it was possible to pen him, but realistically, I think I've just wasted a shell, which wasn't a really good idea, considering the fact that this is my last shell. Now, if I'd had the HE, I would have just killed that E100, so that would have helped our team out. Would have been back in a 2 versus 2. So I'm kind of like regretting not having full HE now. It was also kind of annoying that the reason I can't help my team win this game is because I only have not enough shells. I thought if I'd had a lot more HE, I definitely could have won this game here. Because that E100 is a one-shot which I could easily take out because I'd have the HE, I'd be able to outspot him. I would already killed this tank and I would have been fighting 2 versus 1, not 1 versus 3. And at this situation, it's physically impossible for me to win right now because I can kill the E100, say because he's alone. If I get the rear, I can kill that tank, but then that's it. I've got no ammo, so I know I've already lost this game. I just want to try and just do as much as I possibly can, and maybe kill the E100, and then I could sit in our cap. But even sitting in our cap, I mean, they're going to be able to get back and get the reset. So literally, this game is at this point is lost. So the best I can do is try and kill the E100 with our last remaining round, and then maybe ram someone for a bit more damage. So E100 is looking for a side shot. I don't quite have the best shot. I'm thinking, you know what, I'm just going to try and get behind him. He's got a damaged ammo rack, he's got a damaged engine, that's why he's not really moving very far at all. He's kind of just trapped here. I have the rear of the E100, so I'm going to try and aim this shell. Doesn't hit, and now I am out of ammo. So at this point I'm thinking, what do I actually do? They're in the cap circle. If I try and get to the cap circle, then I'm just going to get killed as I come in. And yeah, there's nothing I can do other than try and ram someone. I can't really ram the E100. I'm just going to kill myself doing it. But I also felt quite bad for the E100 that I kept derping him and I've ruined all of his equipment. So I thought, well, I can't win the game. Let's just ram this E100, and you know, I'm going to lose anyway. We might as well give him a kill because there's not much else I can do at this scenario. So we're just going to run in him for the memes. E100 comes in, he does hit his shot, and then we ram. We do no damage, and we kill ourselves. But that brings us then to the replay. Like I said, I do think I had a chance of winning that game still if we would have had enough rounds. But we don't. We get 4 kills, 6,500 damage, 1,600 assistance on a map which is not really favourable to the light tank. So we do have a decent game. And that is the end for another episode of Decent Defeats for the Tusk series. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for your amazing support. And happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!